Well, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it? So last time I did one of these, I was probably talking about one of the PCs. Forget which one, might have a look, who can say. And then a couple of weeks later, I can't remember when I last uploaded a video, I should have checked, never mind. I did my knee and have been on a bit of a downward spiral for the last 3 and a bit weeks. It wasn't terrible, it was just that I couldn't run. I was feeling down because I'd only just really, 3 weeks before that, I'd only just started running. So it was, it was a big thing for me. It really did help with my mood, my daily mood, even though I was only running 3 times a week. Then I did my knee and suddenly I lost all of that. So that was a bit of a downer. Now, knee is better, but not spot on. So I went running for the first time in 3.5 weeks yesterday, and that was fine. It was a jog. Most of my runs are really jogs, but let's call it running. So I did about 10 minutes, didn't do as far as I used to in the 3 weeks of experience that I have as a runner. Mind you, it's not like I was bloody doing marathons every week anyway, every session anyway. So yeah, I did me run. I can feel my knee. I could feel it all yesterday that it wasn't spot on, but it was nowhere near as bad as it has been over the last 3.5 weeks. This morning, my thighs are a bit tight. My left leg, which is the one where the knee's a bit gone a bit funny, is still a bit of a I can feel pain, is what I'm trying to say. I can feel a bit of pain. Anyway, that's not what this is about. That's all the reasons why I haven't filmed anything. This is what this is about. I've come back to film. I've done a bit of work in this area. I've stood up some of the figures. That's the thing. Look, there's some up here as well. You can probably see them. That's a DC Multiverse set, McFarlane set. Part of a McFarlane set that I bought on eBay quite recently because I wanted one of them, and I ended up with a box of I think it's 13 or 14 figures, but I'll talk about them some other time. They're not important right now. They are important. I've just put them up onto the shelves into this random little setup there. I quite like these Blackest Night Superman, Batman, and I think that's Deathstorm in the back there. The Deathstorm figure's cool, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is nothing. No, I am really. I'm going to talk about these. These are the Hachette or Hachette Partworks DC Heroes and Villains collection, and I'm now 60 something issues into it. I want to say 68. Let's make sure it was a Superman one. It's that one. Yeah, 68 volumes in. There have been 69 volumes. I don't have the special Joker's Dozen because it's available mail order only, and I haven't got around to ordering it. So I've been buying these since they came out, and these first came out during one of our lockdowns in the United Kingdom. Yeah, so I started buying these back in those days, and I hadn't intended to. I just saw an advert on YouTube. No, I didn't. I saw an advert on Instagram for them. I thought, why not? And the first volume that came out that would have been great if that was the first volume, but it's not. It's a Batman story. Whatever happened to the Cape Crusader? And the way that these things work is the first issue, maybe the first couple of issues, are cheaper than the rest of the series. So I think this was like $2.99, and I thought, you know what? I'll start buying them. I'll start collecting them. They were released fortnightly. It would give me an excuse to walk further, weather permitting, than my local area. I used to go into town, which is about, it's a few mile away, about a 20-minute walk away, 30 minutes, we'll pretend it's a lot further away than it is, a 30-minute walk away, and I would go to the Tesco in the local shopping centre type thing here, and pick them up and get anything else I need and come back home again. It gave me a reason to go out every fortnight, because during lockdown I was pretty much on my own. And friends did invite me. friends did invite me to go out, but my thought was, well, at the time I was going through some really horrible mental health stuff, and not that horrible compared to some other people, but it was to me, and I didn't want to be around other people. So yes, I started buying these, and I would go and buy them every fortnight, and it only became an issue around one of the bank holidays where the schedule had changed, and I didn't realise, so I ordered one from the Hachette website. And I've done that recently as well, because the one that I couldn't find was volume 68, which is the Legend Reborn. So I ordered this, and I thought, at the time, I'd gone into town. It was the first week of my knee injury, the Wednesday after it happened. I went into town to pick it up, and it wasn't there, and I thought, oh, bugger! My knee's killing me. Because at the time I was just trying to work through. I knew I couldn't run, but I thought, well, if I keep it mobile, if I keep walking and all the rest of it, it'll be fine. Turns out that's not true. It just didn't get any better. So anyway, I went into town. It took me... so I went into town. My knee was so bad that I ended up getting a bus. And it was nice weather, and I don't like getting a bus if it's nice weather. I'd rather walk. I walked around town far too much, met up with a couple of mates, we walked for a while. That didn't help at all. In fact, that was one of the things that stopped it healing as quickly as it did, because there was a lot of stair walking, which was a bit of a nuisance. Anyway, I went to find this, it wasn't there, and I thought, oh, bugger! Oh, that is an irritant, that, because not only should I be resting my knee, it turns out, I've got nothing else to come into town for. This was just to be mobile on a nice day. So I got home, and I was feeling down anyway, and I thought to myself, right, I'll order it online, and I'll activate a subscription. I'll subscribe. So I subscribe to Future Issues. They send them one delivery a month, so at some point this month I expect to receive 2 issues. Don't know when that'll be. Couldn't tell you. They don't give you any information. Your first delivery should arrive in this week of this month. It's just like, please wait up to 28 days for your delivery. Oh, great, cheers. But yeah, I've been buying these, and 68 issues in. I would like to say I've read all 68, I really haven't. I've read some of them, the stories that have interested me, or the stories that I know, like Flashpoint. And that's where the issue comes, because an age ago I bought a set of, let's just grab one as an example. I bought a set of these off a mate of mine who just needed, he wanted rid of his collection. And these are the DC Comics graphic novel collection by Eagle Moss. Again, it's key stories, broadly, key stories from across DC history. One of the things with this type of collection is, and the way that I buy comics in general, is that I end up with more than one of things. And it's very true of this. This, for example, is Justice Society of America, Thy Kingdom Come, which is Justice Society of America 9 through 17, Justice Society of America Annual 1. It's the Jeff Johns story. Kingdom Come is one of my favourite stories. I'm currently reading The Kingdom. So it says story by Jeff Johns and Alex Ross, written by Jeff Johns. Okay, that's cool. And I'm looking forward to reading it, but I also have it as an Eagle Moss special edition. This is the whole of the story again. And, part of me was thinking at one point when this first happened, that was volume 56, that one, part of me was thinking when this first happened, should I rebuy stories I already have? And then I thought, well, yes, I want a complete set. So I do want to, even if it means having stories I've got before, I want them again. And in all honesty, I'm also thinking of completing the Eagle Moss DC collection, because I'm not sure how many volumes there are of that. What I do know is these type of things don't tend to go for huge amounts of money because they're mass produced. It's not like some of the trade paperbacks that I have kicking around, such as Batman, the Cape Crusader Volume 4, which is it's a set of 90s stories, I believe. I read these when they came out. But written by Alan Grant with the art by my favourite Batman artist, Dawn Brayfogle. This, Volume 4, was released in pandemic times, and as a result it was a short print run, and it went out of quickly. So if you see copies of it on eBay, they usually sell for ridiculous money. This I got from an eBay seller who had, I think, 3 copies of it, all of which was signed by Alan Grant. I picked it up for close to its retail price, which I was more than happy with, because otherwise I would have paid ridiculous money for it and I would have felt bad doing that. So yeah, there's these tend to not. You get the odd one where you'll see them on eBay and they're trying to sell them for stupid money, but they never sell. Yeah, so I'm going to continue with it's planned for 100 issues. Whether it'll exceed that, it probably will, but it is anybody's guess, because they're not at the point where, if you look at the Hachette website as I record this, I know that they're not saying what the 100th issue is when they're only on 60. I think they've announced what 69 and 70 are, which I'll hopefully eventually receive. But yeah, that's pretty much just me with a bit of an update on what I'm doing and waffling about this collection. But I'll talk about more of this type of nonsense next time. And that's it then. So yeah, bye for now.